So when I was little, like really little, you know, earliest I remember probably like 3, 4 years old, my parents had an Atari. I was born in 1983, so Atari was very new back then and there was no other gaming systems. And my parents used to play the Atari all the time. So I couldn't read, I couldn't do anything, didn't have much like, you know, tactile sense. But I would sit in the living room and I would watch my parents play Pong for hours.
Probably when I was like maybe 8 or 9, my dad bought me a Nintendo 64, the Pikachu one. That was some pretty awesome times. So that's how I got into gaming. Halo, the first Halo, that completely drove me into gaming. Like my uncle, he bought it. It was when the Xbox was new, so he bought Halo, and I was like, whoa, this new world of gaming. Whoa, all these graphics. Back then, you know, pretty intense.
I got interested in video games when I was like pretty young. I want to say 4 or 3. My uncle.
What was the first game you
The first game he played, probably like SNES or something. Like Super Mario World, I think that's what I remember.
The first game console I owned was a PlayStation, but I started playing when I started playing on the Nintendo 64 because I remember my cousin had it and he would let me borrow it, and he had I think GoldenEye, Super Mario World, and Sega.
And then when Nintendo came out, my parents of course got Nintendo because my dad is a total nerd and loves technology. And I learned how to read by watching my mother play Final Fantasy III. I think that video games like Minecraft, where the user has the capacity to manipulate the world that they're playing the video game inside of, I think that definitely boosts creativity.
It does boost your creativity because when I'm playing Minecraft, I'm always trying to build a house better than my friends, make it look better than theirs, so I could like tour them in my house and tell them that my house is better than theirs. So I really have to like, you know, really think, and the part where the creativity kicks in is deciding on like what kind of material to use on your floor, on your walls, on your roof, how many windows you're gonna have, where you're gonna put your paintings, you know, because that's where you get creative and you're gonna like decide what window's gonna go where, and then where you're gonna put like your furnace, your chest, what type of rooms are you gonna have inside your house. That's where like it's like a big process to getting all those materials and then crafting them in order to make your house like beasts.
Yeah, I enjoyed it and I looked forward to it like every week, but like the editing part, I mean, it was like a hassle having to edit like for like at least 8 hours straight.
I guess I can't really say much about the editing part because I didn't do anything with that, but I would say maybe just coming up with what to do, but that really didn't matter. What really mattered was what would we be doing when we would be recording, like what would we say, how would we react to what we were doing, and this and that. That's what would make the video funny, and how our viewers, our 12 viewers, I mean our like hundreds of viewers would react to us, you know?
Yeah. I mean, Legos, you don't have unlimited pieces, and on Minecraft you got unlimited pieces, so you can make anything you want, like at any measurement. So you don't have to like just have like 2 feet of Legos. It's like whatever your mind is.
Yeah, I actually think that's a very good way to find out if you're creative or not, because I've seen some people that don't like to be creative. They're like, oh, I'm not creative, but then they go play Minecraft and they make all these great things, and I think it's just, I guess, a catalyst for just moving on with your creativeness, I guess. I don't know the word for it, but it helps out. It's really a good thing. Video game addiction, yeah, you could be addicted to pretty much anything, so I think you just gotta know moderation. As long as you have moderation in everything, you'll be fine. So, video game addiction, yes.
It's like a hobby, so you can't really get addicted to something. It's not like fishing, you might, it's a hobby, you're not addicted to fishing. You're not gonna go to rehab for fishing. It's kind of like that.
fishing sucks.
It does suck.
I would say it doesn't get addicting, but there's like certain points where you kind of just don't really care about anything else, but you just want to play. I would say like in this case just Minecraft, because there's been some days where I just played Minecraft nonstop like all day, and I think it's happened like more than once. Where I mean, it's during the weekends, like it's not during. Well, it has happened during a school day, but I guess it's only whenever you want. I mean, if you want to play all day, you can play all day, and you can't really get addicted to it. It's just limits of dedication that you put into it.
Yeah, we call it dedication. We don't call it
Yeah, you don't
addiction.
call it addiction. You call it dedication.
I do think that you can definitely get addicted to video gaming, and I definitely think that it is a problem. I have definitely struggled with video game addiction in the past, for sure, and especially like I was totally addicted for a couple of years to the text MUD RPG game online, and it would cause me to. I mean, I totally gained weight because I would sit at home at night, and all I would want to do was play this video game, this computer game, and so I had to really stop and change my ways, like my husband started getting mad at me. He'd be like, "You're not talking to me, you just want to play this video game," and so it was terrible, so I definitely do think it's a problem, and it really took, no joke, an intervention from my husband to be like, "Put your laptop down, like stop." And then of course this year we bought a PS3 because he wanted to start playing. But that's more of a shared experience, so that's okay.
No, I think the rating system is good, how it's always been. It's just the fact that parents go out and buy those games for the kids. They're the ones who buy the games, not their little 12-year-old kids.
Yeah, and then blame it on.
Yeah, and
games
then they
instead of
go blame it on
themselves.
games. It's their fault that they buy violent games for the kids. There's plenty E-rated games for children to play. Hell, I even play them. Yeah, I play them too. They're badass. Like, you decide to go buy your kids violent video games, and then you blame it on violent video games. It's your fault, not their kids. The system's not broken. It's the fact that their parents buy them.
Moral of the story: bad parenting.
Pretty much.
I don't think so. I think it's fine the way it is. I haven't really ran into any crazy, "Oh, why is this rated T? Shouldn't it be this? Shouldn't it be that?" I really haven't ran into that. I feel like all the ratings that they give to the games usually are accurate. Well, I mean, if you want to buy your kids that, then by all means go ahead. But once something happens, you can't just blame, "Oh, it's the video games." You have to blame the fact that if you wanted to give them that game, then there obviously is something wrong with what you're doing anyway, because that rating system is there for a reason. So if you want to take it into your own hands and buy them the game, that's fine. But you got to deal with the consequences. You can't just start blaming everything else.
I think that parents should be more aware of the video games that their kids are playing, especially video games that have a ton of gratuitous violence or are misogynistic towards women. I disapprove of little kids playing those games. I think that it does build a sense of an inherent acceptance of violence, which I don't agree with. So I think parents need to do a better job of knowing what video games their kids are playing. I do think that the rating system helps, but I don't think it's enough.
I really don't think that it's the video games, honestly. Basically, what starts off is that we like to point fingers, and that's what we do. If we can't find a reason for something, we get scared of it, and as humans, we like to point fingers. Shootings have been going on, like, even before video games, and the thing is, every generation we say, "Oh, it's because of this, oh, it's because of that." It's just the way that the world is turning out. It's more cynical. It's not really just the video games. It's about everything that's being shoved in our face. So.
No, I think that when that happens, it's just parents are outraged and they want something to blame. So video games is usually the first resort because all Call of Duty causes all this. It's like if video games can't cause somebody to play a sport better, what makes you think they're gonna be able to handle a gun? You're basing a controller off to a gun. I find that kind of dumb to even compare it. But like again, it's just another resort to blame video games because they don't know what else to do.
Rex, are you doing okay after that EMP surge?
Good as new, Doc. There's no challenge I can't beat.
I don't know, Rex. I'm pretty unstoppable in the Bishop of Battle.
Doc, you play video games?
Yes, Rex. Video games are a proven coping mechanism. Like any hobby. They've been shown to improve hand-eye coordination, problem-solving, social interaction, and self-confidence. And no studies have managed to prove a correlation between video games and violence. Frankly, anyone who thinks games are bad for you is a fucking idiot.
Hey, whoa, Doc.
No, Rex. FUCK stands for Failing to Understand Our Capacity for Kindness. It's an acronym. Though I suppose this isn't a game anymore, is it?
Hey! Hey! Get away from me! Hey! Hey, FN4! Hey! Hey! Hey!